Now, the NATO Secretary-General says the alliance doesn't consider Russia to be its enemy, but is also not ready to compromise on principal issues. Anders Rasmussen is in Moscow to seek greater assistance from Moscow for the military campaign in Afghanistan. And let's go live now to RT Sarah Firth, who's following the visit. Hello there, Sarah. So how will Russia-NATO relations look in the coming year?
Well, yeah, it was a very positive speech laid out by the General Secretary, Rasmussen. And what he was saying is it was very forward-looking at what relations could look like in the future. He was saying in 2020 what his ideas and ideals would be for that. And we can see a bit of what he said now.
By 2020, cooperation between NATO and Russia on missile defense will have advanced to the point where we are able to link our systems to create a genuine missile shield in the Euro-Atlantic area, which will not only protect us all against proliferation, but bind us together politically as well.
Now, what he was saying was that he really felt the blueprints for this were already in place, but there's a lot of work to be done. And he said that his trip here over the last couple of days has really been working towards what he himself laid out on his very first day in his role as Secretary-General for NATO, which is transforming Russia-NATO relations into a true strategic partnership. Now, what he said was, to be able to do this, we really need to stop fighting the ghosts of the past. We've got to focus on the real threats that are facing both Russia and NATO today, and these are common threats, and that we've got nothing to fear. Russia has nothing to fear from NATO in this day and age.
Real trust. NATO will never attack Russia. Never. And we don't think Russia will attack us. We have stopped worrying about this, and Russia should stop worrying about us as well.
So, as we said, we've heard there about some of his ideas that he was laying out, and other issues that he touched on was the fact that Afghanistan's really a very common threat for both Russia and NATO. He was talking about the ways that NATO's come over here to try and gain support for this war. So they've asked for help from helicopters or for training the Afghan troops and forces, and that was one of the points that he touched on. They also talked about the thorny issue of the NATO expansion, so the inclusion of Georgia and Ukraine, the proposed inclusion. He said obviously certain criteria would need to be met before this would happen, but that it's really not something that Russia should consider a threat. It's not something to worry about, and that what needs to be done now. He was speaking to people here who were students. They were the future leaders, so they really need to focus on building these relationships, on strengthening these ties, and really looking forward to the future.
All right, Sarah, many thanks indeed. Sarah Firth there.